Hello everyone and welcome to another match of Roulette Rivals 13 at the start of this very busy second Sunday of the tournament, the second Sunday of I think 5 of them now, because of the tournament was extended to 4.5 weeks, but yeah, busy action here, starting with k-kaneta versus the Rieper 47, which is one of the first, if not the first, but I think it's the second of the round 3 matches, at least the second, because at least the third, because the Scruffy will be playing Nezuko-chan on the other half of the bracket. But regardless, this is the place for the round of 12 and getting more and more interesting at this point on for the brackets. Between k-kaneta, one of the biggest returnee of this tournament, I think he has last participated in RLWC 2022, so year and a half ago almost. I think that's 1 year, 3 months. Of course, the runner-up of the second World Championship back in 2021. Rieper 47 is by now not just a returning rival, but I think a regular as well, scoring very impressive positions in last year's tournaments. I think finishing 4th place twice in a row and then 7th or so in the World Championship. So probably the closest of the round 3 matches so far, but the other ones were also very exciting. Going to be very tough to call, and I think the players themselves weren't sure if old blood or new blood will be the dominant factor here. First 6, starting in Isle of Sgàil, chosen by k-kaneta, and the first spin is here. Zoe Washington, Silence Pistol in suit, without target specification, and Sophia Washington is Explosion Accident in the Knight's Armor. So, very opposite ends of the spectrum, with turn down the game music just a bit. Very opposing kills there, because a very quick Zoe kill, but you can't do pacification, and the Sophia kill will take long, and you kind of have to pacify it, because there's not really a way to do it without it. Quick plans there, quick loads, and Rieper wins the planning battle by, I think, just a second. It doesn't matter a lot, but he will immediately go back to planning. Concussion Ducky will be switched over for a flash phone, because needed for the Zoe isolation, but k-kaneta with one of the, I think, well, it's not divisive, but more important strategies of last year, with the keep start, and it's an out of bounds action, which is of course legal, doesn't use any particles, to get down for a very quick, I think, yeah, 20 seconds or thereabouts for the isolation it takes to get Zoe down, or in this case, kill her. But couldn't get the timing for the first time, so it might be Rieper first who gets it. You can see it on the mini-map. When Zoe is close to the door, she will be the one to hear it. She's the second closest person, so you have to do something with the guard. And there's a distraction for the regular guard, and it will be a KO on the elite guard. And then a silence pistol shot. You have to bring it in, because that's the only pistol there. Rieper with 2 shots failing. Target lockdown, but I don't think anyone heard it. Kaneta will be just a tiny bit behind. I hope the sounds are okay. I will turn myself up just a couple more decibels, but please let me know if everything is alright. And I turn up the focus radio. I think you heard them twice before now. But that's the 2 Zoe kills down, and it's gonna be a big trip to... Well, of course, first isolate Sophia in probably one of the bathrooms, of course with a propane flask. Yeah, I meant that I turned off the co-caster, sorry. Which, for me on OBS, it's that's part of the audio mixer, so sorry for the confusion there, but yeah, I'm alone here. Curry was almost joining me, but he's not feeling too well today, so feel better soon. Minute 30 and minute 20 plays. This could be isolation before the radio room even, but I think both of them will just go safe and do it in the radio room and drag her around the corner so that the constant doesn't see if he were to go to Jebediah block, which shouldn't really be the case, because he's of course proximity based, and if you don't spend a lot of time with Jebediah, then the constant won't either. And both of them did hit the radio timing, as well as the placement. Both of them will get Sophia going into this room and get the same pacification with the item if you're choosing. I think the one difference here is... No, there is no difference because k-kaneta also went to get the propane flask, just left it behind the couch for a second. And yeah, not the best spin to start off this start of this match with, since it's very straightforward. Rieper opening the door. I guess opening it a slight chance to see it by the architect, but wasn't the case here, and both of them can go up there, and this will be a knowledge test, which one of them know the better way up there, the quicker one. But there are of course some enforcer dots to catch and avoid rather. I think, okay, there are a couple ways to do this summit because they both have the penthouse keycard. There's no need to use the phone here. Nice trick to get around that corner. I guess there's no trick around it, you just have to hug the wall so that you won't get caught by it. And there are finally the slightly different choices on this floor. k-kaneta bringing the tank just for this isolation, and Rieper getting 1 chaos outside and the 2 inside. And with the kill down, but I think this is the way down when you get caught on cameras. No, k-kaneta avoids it as well. That could be huge if Rieper were to get caught by the same cameras. And I think Scruffy is right there because Rieper did have Chanks but chose to go for the KO approach, which costing him some time, but at least uses the CR box to destroy that camera, so there is not even a chance for him to get caught by the cameras. This does look like k-kaneta win, unless, as Diana says, there's a change to plans. k-kaneta cannot go to the helicopter, but I think it's the same for Rieper. He's also going down the same pipe, but a crucial 15 or 20 seconds behind. Rieper may be on Sol, but k-kaneta's piece is not much faster. I don't think the loading times will be a factor here. And k-kaneta wins by... see how much. I think k-kaneta first tried it, and I think... No, neither of them first tried it, because k-kaneta had a bad throw, so that's a restart on his end, and Rieper did replan, so I think it's 2 loads versus 2. 540 plays 557, that's a 17-second difference, and I think it's on the line whether you want to consider it as a wave or you want to count it for the sake of it. I think it depends on the player rather. Mr. Mike is our admin here today, and I think in a couple of seconds he will be beginning the photo finish protocol, unless Rieper is typing, so we'll figure out if that's going to be a wave. And yeah, it was pretty synchronized gameplay for both of them. The one crucial detail is that k-kaneta was quicker with the penthouse isolation. I don't think he even knocked out the outside guard on the balcony. Rieper says that he had 2 replans. I'm very sure about one, but by the time the second happened, I was watching k-kaneta's first try, so I suppose this might be one that Rieper wants to see count. There is no wave. There is less confidence on Rieper's side, but we will just see the numbers here. Yeah, k-kaneta was just a bit faster, but was really... it's similar to Scruffy versus Yanni from yesterday, the Haven at least, because that was identical gameplay for 90% of spin. And then one decision towards the latter end decided the spin about the same margin. It's not about taking one wrong turn on one stairs, which would be, I guess, a 3, 4, 5 second difference. But yeah, these are the major decision points in the spin, and k-kaneta just took the last one better. Although, of course, there's always a chance that the loading times will turn it around. k-kaneta is notorious for having one of the worst PCs, although he said that he did preload, so I guess it's just 2 loads, and if Rieper did indeed have 3, that's something to count carefully on the console side. Yeah, PG's pressuring in chat to wave, but it's entirely within his rights to have this photo finish counted. So we are now into photo finish territory. I think I can check the brackets until then. Just quickly checking what my settings is for this scene, just so that we know about the stakes of this match. This will be a round 3 match from the second half of the bracket. It's the final quarter. So if you want to say the 8th and last quarterfinalist will be from this match, and the winner will play either David Red Sox or Channel Joined. This is a definitely very even part of the bracket. I could see anyone on the 4 make it to round 5, where you could see that Blue Dot is already in round 4 and waiting for Fenium versus Scarpels, which will be happening today. This is match 86, so the loser, k-kaneta versus Reapers, 86 will be around the middle next to HITMAN's name. So that's codename Kenny, Rustol, HITMAN. One of them will be playing the loser of this match. Mr. Mike did finish counting by the time we finished this exchange. Rieper loaded twice for a total of 12 seconds, so there was no 2 replans, just the one. Which made it, of course, much easier for Mike to calculate, because there was no other side of the photo finish. k-kaneta was leading, regardless of how much. k-kaneta was loading. But that was k-kaneta's pick, and I'm sure k-kaneta picked it for a reason. They don't have a history against each other, which is, I think, reasonable, because k-kaneta's last tournament, and I will just check it for a second. k-kaneta's last tournament before this was RWC 2022, and Rieper started playing in RR9, so that tournament was his second. And then since then he played, of course, all 4 of the tournaments. So most of Reaper's career was after k-kaneta stopped playing for, luckily not permanently, but just a temporary year and a half break. That is right, Color Lonely. He really didn't play R for more than a year, but can you tell from his gameplay? Because I don't think you can. Maybe from the round 1 match, but I'm just assuming that coming back is a different beast for at least 1 match or a couple of spins. But by now he seems like he's warmed up very well. And he has played 2 matches and won all 6 of his maps first, winning 3 against Squibbolt, and then, I think more importantly, beating Joker J in round 2. I don't think all of us expected that scoreline. That was a match of 2 former runners-up, of course, k-kaneta from 21, and then Joker J from RR8, about 9 months later. Rieper is yet to finish in the final, but I mean, for most of his career he was in, despite a console player, he's in the combined brackets, so I think a cross-platform 4th place sounds identical to a console only 2nd place, which Joker achieved in R8. These are some very good players, and only one of them can make it to round 4 today. This is the year of comebacks, mostly on the player side, but it's nice to see Mendo returning to admin duties, or cheddar duties for now, for this match at least. 10 more seconds until the second spin, and the first of the big 5 maps. I don't know how many big 5 maps will be held here. I know Colo is banned and Whistleton Creek on Reaper's side, but I will just check the RNG maps when we get there. For now we have the second spin of the day. It's Tyson Williams, Fiber Wire as the Doctor, Stephen Bradley Fall as Resort Guard, and Ludmila Vetrova Electrocution as Resort Staff. I think all 3 of these skills have some something notable in them. I suppose The first one is that it's no target specification for Tyson, but it's 5-wire anyway, so I guess the only thing when it matters is if you chank him by accident, then your run is invalid, where otherwise you could wait until he's woken up. Steven Fall is also always interesting. Resort Guard is not a tough disguise to get, neither is Resort Staff, so should be very straightforward for the other 2 kills, but this does seem like a Tyson last. We will just see which start it will be done from. I think they are looking at different starts, one shortcut and one default. But they are just so close to each other. I think these chats will co-align within 1 minute. Rieper starting with lockdown though, which I think you can really only do it from default. And I think behind Rieper we will see Ludmilla appear. I can hear her already. And Rieper can see it on the minimap. It will be 1 KO and 2 more on the Resort Staff, which I think sometimes can be sort of tricky because the woman is legally blind, but not quite, not 100%. And I've seen her spot the other body before. But I think the bullet distraction will settle this one on Reaper's side. Just turn the lady around and get the first KO, and then the second one you can already get the Electrocution Resort Staff. k-kaneta's difference is that he used the pneumatic, I guess a Seeker to be exact, to get her in the shortcut. Resort Staff is also one guarding the hut, well, you know, quote-unquote guarding. He's at most 1 distraction away, and k-kaneta gets the second disguise from here as well. Rieper running into the Enforcer. I was gonna say that I'm not sure if the yellow dot is because of the extended legal, but k-kaneta also Rips trying to drag that should be Ludmilla to the sink. And that's not gonna cut it with heavy Yukons. Both Rips feel kind of avoidable because k-kaneta's side is more of a Haven thing. Of course, it's not something that you would think of on other maps because that card is usually far enough away, but I think Electrocution in shortcut is usually done by no KO, so I don't know if k-kaneta will be replanning all too much or just hope for better situation around that NPC. And then Rieper just ran into the one Enforcer. That's yeah, a bit of an unforced error, but unbeknownst to each other, they are tied again after identical restarts. Restarts at identical times, rather. Yeah, I think, as Aphrodite says, Electrocution is... I don't know, once you KO Ludmilla, Electrocution just gets a bit more difficult. Don't say it's impossible, and k-kaneta with the disguise shuffle could very easily do it no KO now. I guess that's to be seen in a couple of seconds. Or I guess if k-kaneta gets both KOs in this room before Ludmilla enters the bathroom, that's also sort of fine, but now k-kaneta's just a bit too late, and the unfortunate part is that she can still be seen from Portman's hut. It's not just the roaming guard that's a problem, but Portman or his friend, or I think there's one more guard there. That's gonna set k-kaneta back quite a bit, as Rieper is fully completed the first kill. And I'm not 100% sure if he will wait out the natural cycle, natural timing. And that's the answer to my question, because Rieper gets the keys from the snorkel instructor, and he will give those keys to Steven, who will skip the next, I guess, 2.5 minutes of the cycle and go to the shallow waters immediately. But Rieper's not gonna give the keys there, because he first wants to get a Resort Guard disguise, and this is his safest and best choice. There's of course one near the machete. There's one following Ludmilla, but not a factor for Reaper's spin or Reaper's approach. It's a very long and awkward wait until the Lord Guard cores it in. Will eventually get around the bushes and he will be hidden for the rest of the spin once he falls to the ground, of course, because you can never be sure about the heavy Yukons. And now Rieper will give the keys to Steven, who doesn't look phased by the checked APC just a minute ago. And we will see the 4 kill in a minute and a half. I will get back to you on that one. For now, let's see k-kaneta, who has no kills down, but got the Doctor Disguise early on. And we'll probably sort of buffer it around this area, because there's not a lot you can do with it unless you're near Tyson. I think k-kaneta's also looking for... Well, he's looking to get down CJ, and with the apple in hand, I hope this is gonna be a knockdown into a knockout, which definitely something that we've seen from Red Fox. No, it's just gonna be a trank. Apologies for hyping up everyone on that one. The apple will be for the 4 kill, of course, and if you only have one, then of course it's gonna be used for Steven.
Mr. Bradley, are these yours?
There is Steven getting closer and closer to the shallows, and just one chain lure away from the second kill of this map.
My pleasure.
One more for the sake of it. I don't think he reacted to the last one, and hopefully Steven doesn't see Rieper throw the last item, but he didn't, and he's going to be super deep into the water, and not even gonna be an apple for this one, just a trank. Because even if he's seen, pacified, or tranked rather, that will be green guns until the very end. And now Steven is dead. Just one kill to go for Rieper. And one disguise grab, which can be difficult, but he still has a timing in which he shouldn't have any troubles. Because although the doctor is leaving the house at different times, or I didn't find a definite one, it's always above 6 minutes, 6.5. So Rieper will get these 2 KOs. And k-kaneta is just in time after getting the result guard of his own to get a lure for Steven. Just get any throw. No one else will react. And it's always difficult with the briefcase. I don't know. He should be reacting, right? He should be reacting to the thrown briefcase, but not the case for k-kaneta, who is now leaving the area. It's gonna be a bit more difficult. Hopefully it's not called in, but that's a question mark from the guard as well. Ooh, lucky for k-kaneta that he did react, and that is lethal as well. Gets immediate searching, hopefully not into any instant combat. And the worst that he will get is yellow guns, which he will have to take care of. Rieper now has the Doctor Disguise, so is k-kaneta, but of course k-kaneta just 1 kill down, or 1 kill behind. Doesn't want to worry about the elocution kill for now. He got discouraged by the two events. Or I guess he will go for her second. At least he's trying to approach her from these staircases, but I think he's just a bit too late for a good seeker angle. And that will be a... that will be probably a restaurant thematic in, I don't know, half a minute or so. And then the execution set up in another minute. Which means that Rieper will have a lot of ground covered in that time. Just 1 kill to go. You're not trespassing in the villa, which is really good bonus for Haven spins, where Tyson may have to be live. Rieper is going for the whole mission story. I was imagining that it would be just the cinema isolation second cycle. This This may make it interesting, although Rieper seems confident that that banana will take care of the bodyguard. And the butler will leave before anyone else is pacified. Or, no, the butler will be pacified before anyone else enters. That works as well for Rieper. And if it works out for Rieper, then he will still win the map, because k-kaneta's a minute and a half behind, and I think even less ground covered in the same time. Who is now super yellow, extra yellow, caught by 3 different cameras, but that's not a difficult one to take care of. As k-kaneta has 2 NPCs near this thing, Handwasher will notice it soon enough, and of course there's always the question, will this work? This should work live, but extended illegal action and whatnot would be troublesome, although the Handwasher did leave for k-kaneta, so no problems there. And by the time I finished saying this one, Rieper brilliantly finished this mission story, got the doctor kill on Tyson, apologies, and then not getting the keys. He will get the keys, rather, because it is legal to pick up and no enforcers for the bodyguard there. Can exit with the speedboat winning the map, and yeah, k-kaneta just didn't let enough water in there, but gets the electrocution in the end with the, I think it was a body shot or a leg shot, which probably makes him feel good about this one, but sadly will cost him the map anyway. Just one entire kill to go that's not to be covered within any reasonable time, and yeah, this is the end of the first of the big 5 maps, and there is already the second of the big 5 maps, which is Mumbai, the first RNG maps. And I can find the stream promote. With the score at 2-2, we will at least see the 4th map. That will be Hokkaido after this map rather. And if we get there, map 5 is Sapienza. And if we still don't have a way to decide the winner, then the last map, the untied decider, will be Dartmoor. We will keep playing Dartmoor spins until one of them is not a tie. It's a safe prediction to make for 2 reasons. I think the way that Mumbai works, and the other one is the way I'm not an affiliate, so. But you can PayPal me $500 if that happens. I think we are very likely to see at least 1 Bricklers, although I'm sure in the history of Mumbai, at least one of them was a spin where it is done idly without any brick throw, which is probably Tower Dawood and Falling Object Vanya. And you have to be a ballsy player, because I would still just throw the brick and wait until Vanya gets all the way to the beach house. And there come the ideas, all of them. So Scruffy with Vanya Falling Object Suit and Painter Dawood. Yeah, I was gonna think that it would be Falling Object, and it is usually Suit, and you know, the most optimized versions are in Suit, and of course the essay route. And then we have Vanya Explosion Accident Servant. I would say Vanya Consume Poison if it wasn't illegal. Dawood Drowning, is it banned? Surely it's not banned, but I also can't remember seeing it. It is banned. I mean, fair is fair, because the only toilet that ever come up in Roulette Rivals history is the one in the tower up there, and there's a lot of ways to get there in Trespassing Disguise. Vanya Drowning is banned for, I guess, 2 reasons. One of them I can understand, because if you get to the train yard as the tailor, you sort of soft lock Vanya, and she will never ever go to the private pool. So you can never get a drown on her in that disguise. But I don't know, I am of the opinion that it might be a boring kill and takes long and you have to wait out the cycles, but I think on other disguises it's not worse than half of the consume poison kills in Mumbai. But it is banned. It makes Mumbai a bit more bearable with one fewer disguise. And we will see what kind of spin Mike has cooked up in 1 more minute. I'm looking at my frames again and it's really not looking good. I don't know what's happening with my own cabled internet. It's not even Wi-Fi, it's not even my neighbors. But keep dropping frames again. Like half of my frames is lost. But this will be a very interesting Mumbai because looking at the win rates, this will be a match of two very high level players. The 7-1 k-kaneta plays the 7-2 Rieper. One of them will get their 8th win, unless there's a tie in 30 minutes. Spin is here. Wazir Kale, Fire X as Dancer. Vanya Shah, Kitchen Knife in Suit, so that's a suit spin. And Dawo Jenger, Falling Object as Queen's Bodyguard, so I don't know, I guess it's one of those conditions where you might find a way without Brickler, but I think it's very obviously gonna be the first choice of everyone. Snoozer says Afro. There's not even a way to start in a disguise because you need that suit and to know the Kashmirian or I guess any other disguise which is close enough to 47 counts as suit here. So it is. Hello, Skywalk, my old friend. Two KOs for k-kaneta to get things going and Rieper with a quick replan. Slightly behind. It is once again one of those straightforward spins where chat likes to say, including myself, that first one to put the brick in wins the spin. And I think it will be sort of a race towards that. Holy, k-kaneta gets a triple shot there. Trying to cut down a few seconds, but ending up holy, losing a lot of time because of it, but doesn't get into combat after all, which is good for him. Yeah, I was gonna say not sure where he goes next, but he definitely goes to the kitchen knife next. Going to be dodging a few more enforcers on his way, and I think it's gonna be a really quick into the enforcers. That's suspicious, but this is going to be a very straightforward spin before the Brickler, because you only need the suit after the Skywalk isolation or the Charles isolation, but I feel like it just doesn't give anything extra now. There's no disguise you want to get from Charles or anything like that. So it's Brick into Vanya kill, into become a bodyguard, wait a couple more minutes for Dawood. I guess there is difference of approach in how you deal with Dawood. Do you want to... No, I guess the aftermath of Dawood. Do you want to get a local security from the barge or even a Bollywood bodyguard? I don't think either of them is worth it. You just rather want to get trespassing and into the tower, and then this would be one of the rare occasions where you get the dancer disguise from the tower, because it's just such a big detour to get it from different place. Of course the free disguise in the laundry area, but if you are at the Mumbai spin at I guess 4.5 minutes with 2 targets down, you don't really want to go to the 2 opposite ends of the map. And I also can't think of a way to secure the answer early on. I guess this would be like a spin where Spot the Cat or Time Cube cooks very hard and you use the briefcase ISO as the dancer at I guess the 1.5 minute mark. But then you leave the suit in the laundry area. Since I'm not exactly sure if I'm making exactly sense, I just stop with the theorization and you're just in time to see the first Blickler. Yeah, the stream is really not in a good shape. I think I'll stop after this stream or spin and just look into what can work there. But I guess this is a okay time to talk about this because there's one Brickler ongoing and the other one just started. Rieper with first KO and 2 more to get the Bollywood bodyguards. No, it's Queen's bodyguard, sorry. Which now he can become. And then on to the falling object, which is like 100% at this point with the brick that will be the boathouse, the beach house. Any easier dancer grabs in tower? I think there's one dancer grab in the tower. It's not great. I guess you would want to use Ermatic for it because he's not an early adopter, or like he's not the first or second person to go for it. Because it feels like it would be the optimal move. At least one reason why this spin is sort of interesting. So I think that is the best way, as Rieper gets blocked by the lead dancer. It's fancy seeing you here. Kaneta a little bit behind, but gets the first skin as well. Rieper's trying to get rid of his belongings. Throw them up the... I don't know, like... so that he can use it after the agility as well. We have a debate on Mumbai, huge dub. He's definitely right on that one. And Rieper, after shuffling of some items, he's still not late. He's still early for the beach house kill. As this was some weird interaction on Kaneta's side. But of course he is allowed in here. Gets the dancer disguise. He's leaving the bodyguard up here, but of course with the brick eye, so you get 2 of them. So I think he will end up buffering this disguise where the other bodyguard is, and then he still should have time to get the falling object kill. Rieper gets the kill. Gunshot heard and all sort of panic, but no insta combat. Of course he's very far away from any sort of action. There are 2 enforcer dots closing in on Rieper. Just needs to find which way they will go, and they will go through the back door. And yeah, Rieper will be trespassing, going into the Dawood area. Although with 2 tranks he could get the non-trespassing local security, which he is now. Kaneta has finished the buffering and will be sort of on time for the falling object. We can see that I think it's right now when Dawood stopped walking, so very nice time for Kaneta, and his disguise is quite close now. Just the difference is that he still needs to go for the fire axe still. I'm really interested to see what disguise Rieper will go for, as Kaneta gets the second kill as well. They both only need Wazir now. k-kaneta's disguise being very close, but I think the fire axe is still missing unless I completely misjudged the spin. And this is the big moment, fuse box ISO, or I guess the lure for the dancer, and he's the first one to react here. Oh, almost got caught turning it off. And Rieper does have one more Chang. It just doesn't feel like that spot is ultra safe. Of course, the Chang will mean that the body can be found, and I don't see any NPCs turning this way, so Rieper gets a very important dancer grab. And he now also gets the fire axe from here. That he did get it from before the disguise grab. And if Rieper avoids getting caught on camera, which he did by going the other way, he will certainly be the first one to get to the Maelstrom. There's one more enforcer, but you can just go through this back alleyway and all the way to Skywalk. From there it's almost the starting location for Skywalk. You're not even gonna be trespassing, I don't think so. It is the third kill for Rieper, and I mean k-kaneta is not behind, but the 45-second photo finish range, I don't think he will be attending that one. That's the body found. It's good to know that it's not forever safe, but with the Chang it's a nice alternative. And I think Rieper will get this 4-2 lead because k-kaneta's kill is just so far away. I'm not sure what the he wanted the coin for a quicker exit, which I guess make him inside the 45-second range, but he has to go the long way around to get a second coin, to dodge one more enforcer. It's just k-kaneta trying to plan ahead for the exit. There's of course there's the taxi or the tuk-tuk from Skywalk start, but I guess that cost k-kaneta as much time as it would gain him later on, so there is the end for this map, and k-kaneta will very unfortunately get the notification after his last kill.
The infamous Maelstrom is dead. Very well done, 47.
And there we go, that's
Mission complete.
that is 46 seconds. Sadly no photo finish. So we should... It is 46 seconds, right? Yes. And 45 is the limit. So we will get the score, right? Yes, there is the confirmation from Mike and then the confirmation in score. So that is 2-4, and anyone on stream, I will shut it off for a couple of seconds, trying to work something with the bitrate and the servers, because that's not the kind of internet I should be having. Not sure why I'm only getting this view from OBS, so I will be right back. But we should be good to go in 1 minute. Thank you, Mike, for my part of the delay. Rieper also needed a couple of minutes of delay, so we didn't miss anything. And another map where they really have almost identical win rates, 5-1 for k-kaneta, 5-2 for Rieper. Really don't see anything that jumps out other than Rieper never banned Hokkaido and k-kaneta banned it twice. But of course slightly better win rate on k-kaneta's end. So it's as close to a coin flip as we can call it, which is of course the first of Rieper's match points. If he loses this map, he gets another match point, but now k-kaneta could also win it in 5. or of course a photo finish could make things even more interesting. Eric Soder's Loud Pistol as Doctor and Yuki Yamazaki next snap as Patient. Very simple kills, very simple disguises. It should be a run to... okay, in name it's simple, but getting Doctor could take some time from Surgeon start or from Dexter start. Probably better from Surgeon with a snail or 2 sedatives. k-kaneta has the dart gun in hand, but I think he's going for... yeah, it's gonna be emetics. And also the mask snail option, Jeffro says, which is sort of new or hasn't been used a lot lately. Rieper and k-kaneta using the same triple KO, but placing the snails for different parts. Rieper was hoping for the wallbang side to work, but eventually bodyguard also goes down. But it's valuable seconds gone from Reaper's lead if he ever had one. k-kaneta definitely first now. He can get the wallbang and should be well in time for Yuki's emetics.
Soda's down. To be honest, I'm not sure what to feel about this one. Well, that's for another time.
I think there are arguments in the chat as well to maybe look at Yuki first, and it would be a very quick Yuki first skill, but I don't think you can compete against this skill and this approach which k-kaneta is doing. First skill already down. Rieper didn't get Solders down, so he will have to go all the way back here. k-kaneta making things even more simple for himself by the second rank. He cannot go the short way around to get the free patient though, because the hospital director was still looking at looking at the sky after Solders died. Through the PSA, everyone realized that. Rieper gets the 2 Seekers just in time, but still feels very much behind k-kaneta at this point. Rieper doesn't have these guys here either. It's just so much simpler, so much easier looking for k-kaneta to get this second kill, but gets caught by the regular patient. And slow and steady might win the race for Rieper here. He had not a lot of business winning this map, but he just might. If he can keep this door open, which I suppose it's one extra step you wouldn't usually take, but this is one step where you wouldn't... you know, the exact reason why k-kaneta ripped is the reason why Reaper's placing the item there, so that the door stays open and he won't get suspicious anymore. So now it will be Rieper with the next snap. And I honestly didn't check if he left the doctor here. He did leave the doctor here because the bodyguard is naked, right? Yeah. So now it's the chip all the way back to the morgue. Get the second kill. It's a really impressive in-game time by k-kaneta, but it won't win the real-time battle. He needs to move. With final shot he gets the kill. Because the door was open to the morgue already. It would have been seen already. Rieper gets a body found, but in the hospital area, and none of the bodies were moved, so no problems on his side. Just one more loud gunshot to do, and I mean Rieper had everything to get this kill done. I guess he just didn't want to panic doing the loud gunshot here, but gets the second kill. Still green, and the last body on the floor is also tranked, so Rieper should be fine, and k-kaneta is being shot at while green. Sadly, it won't really make a difference here as Rieper finishes and will win the map 6-2. Quite a wild finish there. It's just so unfortunate for k-kaneta having that one rip end things there. And now the 30 minutes have passed, the 30 seconds have passed, and Rieper cannot lose this map anymore and will win Hokkaido as well. And will advance to the next round against a very strong k-kaneta who just Well, Hokkaido was definitely his until the Rip, and the two of the big 5 maps is definitely Reaper's territory, so still a very impressive tournament for Kaneta, and it will continue in the losers bracket, which of course, just for confirmation, although we have already talked about, but Reaper will move on to round 4 of the winners bracket and will face either David Red Sox or Channel Joined here at the bottom. And for k-kaneta, it's the middle of losers round 4. He will be waiting for the delayed match of Codium Kenny versus Rastol. Rastol has technical difficulties, hopefully she doesn't have to forfeit. But once that match is over, the winner will play HITMAN for the next week, and the winner of that match will play k-kaneta probably around the middle of next week or the second half of this week. It's a nice observation, but yeah, yesterday we found out in the cast that Yanni in loses round 4, still waiting on the winner of a couple of matches. Rieper versus Spot the Cat from LB round 1, and then both of the LB round 2 matches. The winner of those 3 matches will face off in round 3, and then the reward for winning the mini tournament is playing Giannini there in round 4. Tiny bit of a break for now, but it won't be long, and then I think the matches will almost come non-stop, because the next match is David Red Sox versus Channel Joined in 2 hours and 5 minutes, casted by Aphrodite, and 2 of the 21 CET matches in 4 hours and a bit will be still herself, but now playing against HITMAN, and then Phanium versus Sparkles at the same time on Nezuko's chance. So that's, I mean, all 7 of these matches are scheduled for today, and I think the one last additional match is Monday. So that's your Sunday schedule. Going to be very busy towards the end. But I think that's all I can say here, because it was just a very exciting match, which could have easily gone 4-4, and then a classic 5-mapper could have also gone the other way, and if just those long maps go the other way, then Kaneta has his own sweep. But luckily both of them will have at least one more match in this tournament. Rieper, of course, 2 still in the winners bracket. Very interested to see what they will do next. But on that, I like to congratulate to Rieper 47 and also GG's to k-kaneta. Thank you for Mr. Mike for admitting this one, and everyone for watching. Until next time, bye bye.